Scopely have giveth, and then they have taketh away. The fun in the Marvel Strike Force 5th anniversary event got nerfed this weekend, and now it's just FU. In this video, I'm discussing how the MSF devs screw up their players once again for yet another one of their mistakes. And we've also got a new Tangled web counter and a lot more in this week's mailbag questions. If you're ready for all of that, then you know what to do. Find that like button, Valley Club, and let's go smash it!
ValleyFlyin.
Hello, Valley Maniacs. Welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I'm ValleyFlyin. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you're having a great weekend despite how Scopely tries to squeeze the fun out of Marvel Strike Force for us. We're discussing all about what they did with this brand new 5th anniversary changes that they've made and making it harder for players to reach those milestones. We're also discussing a brand new Tangled web counter that I've seen and a lot more of your questions from the mailbag. But before we get to all that, guys, if you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button for more great Marvel Strike Force content. Whether the game is in a good place, bad place, the devs are making good decisions or bad decisions, we are covering this game for you to help make it the most enjoyable decision for you. But the devs aren't giving us any help, guys. Over this past weekend, they did a nice thing. They gave us some free raid energy for these Gambit raids, and that goes in conjunction with the milestones that are going out. So today, which was actually a few days ago, March 24th, at 2 p.m., the Gambit raids went live in the game, and players had varying amounts of Gambit raid energy and energy refills to make the playing field even for all. The dev team, has done something nice. They've sent out 5,500 Gambit raid energy, so everyone has more than they could spend. That was awesome. I love this. Enjoyed tackling the revamped Gambit raid rewards as an alliance. Happy 5th year anniversary to all players, and a very special giveaway we spent to all players on our anniversary day next week. So what is going to be sent? I don't know, but if we go in the game and look at what we have as far as these milestones here, there are some pretty good rewards here. We had some shards here for these characters, some newer characters, some of these rebirth characters, and with the new energy, it was made possible to spend. Now, the thing that really upset me in the beginning with this was having to use the rebirth in the raids or the use the invader ways, but I didn't look at the limits on this. The limits on this are pretty low, so it doesn't really matter. The big thing that you're gonna need here is winning these raid battles. 160 points for every time you win or lose a raid battle, but as you can see, now there is a limit. I guess that things were too good to be true, because shortly after they sent out that raid energy, the next day, yesterday, March 21st, the extra raid energy was sent to address an issue regarding Gambit raid. To ensure an equitable outcome of the Strike Celebration milestone, a point limit of 24,000 has been introduced to the raid battle scoring method. Enjoy the Strike Celebration. More like, you guys aren't gonna get this free stuff for this. This is not a celebration for you guys for playing Marvel Strike Force and dealing with all the issues that we've had for the past 5 years. No, it's, hey, we've been making this game for 5 years. Come give us some money for this celebration. And if you want that costume for Kestrel that actually makes no difference whether you're your results in the game, well, then you're gonna have to spend a lot of money. Now, our brother Juicy, one of our alliance mates and another content creator that helps a lot of other content creators with their Cosmic Crucible battles, wrote this on Reddit yesterday, and this is what he said, and I pretty much agree with a lot of this. Here's a math of what a highly engaged players would have gotten and how Scopely missed it. So before the limit of 24,000 was set for raid battles, what a highly engaged player would have received first, if you got in 10 raid attacks in 3 separate raids, that would be 28,800 points. So just with that, just doing those normal attacks, you would have gotten more than the limit before all that energy and everything was spent. So it was not a great event before that. It was a really great event when they sent that energy out, but when they put that limit on it, now it's such a trashy event. It's even worse than before. So now, if you're smart, you would have capped your energy at 3 raids before the event started. That would be another 2,400 points. And you could have added 1 refresh per day for another 2,800 per day for all raids before someone says this mess up your lines, you would just enter node and quit out of the fight, which is what I was doing initially with these Gambit raids. But I thought, oh, we had a lot of time for this, you know, because if you look at these points here in the game again, it says win or lose a raid battle. So all you would need to do is go into the game and lose the raid battle. That still counts points towards this milestone. So it's actually right here. So if you had a rebirth at 16, that would be another 8,000 points. One invader to 16, that would be another 4,800 points. So what does all leave you at? 46,880 if you add normal core spend for energy on the raids. And now you're at milestone 29. With a new limit, would take 7,800 cores to get there due to all the points lost due to the limit. So what he suggests and what Scopely could do to make this a friendlier event towards their players, towards their 5th anniversary. And I'm not sure what the gift is. Maybe the gift that they are talking about will address this, but how to make this right, simply raise the cap to 34,000, not 24,000, or gift everyone to 10,000 milestone points by reducing it to 24,000. Scopely effectively punish their highly engaged players for the mistake. And the highly engaged players, like myself, these are the players that are wanting to play this game. Now for myself, this is just kind of a trashy event. So hopefully Scopely responds and makes this a fun event and not makes this equitable, not for the players, because I don't know how this makes it equitable for players. I guess to get the same amount of limits, now we would have to spend the same amount of power cores, but as far as our raid activity, it's not equitable. There's no leaderboard attached to this. So Scopely, come on, do the right thing. This is a celebration of your 5th anniversary. It should be a celebration and not something that is upsetting of all the players. But that is it for this limit. Hopefully they go back and do some things and make this a lot better, because as it stands now, it is a pretty trashy event in my opinion, and not as rewarding as it should have been. If they left it how it would have been initially, how it was initially designed, not as bad, but with this new limit, it makes it a lot worse than before. So hopefully look at this, Scopely. Come on, this is your 5th anniversary. It should be a celebration, not a cause of frustration. Let's talk about the questions from the mailbag. It is Mailbag Monday, and I guess players are very, very upset with Marvel's Strike Force and the decision that Boundless and Scopely is making. A lot less questions than normal, but we are answering them all, Valley Club. So sorry for the confusion. The question last week was posted when I used in pre-work, and this was a question about Apocalypse, how disappointing he was, how they had over a year to plan for this character, and he's just a disappointment. Well, that was pre-rework. He's great now after the rework. It's a great world-class experience for the whole year of testing before his release, yet requiring immediate rework after his release. And it's kind of how things are done at Scopely. This is not the first character that was released that's been disappointing. Unlimited X-Men, I believe they were released like 4, or they had reworks 4 times before they were actually really good in Cosmic Crucible. The Skill Military was trash upon release, where they were okay upon release, but they weren't beating what they were supposed to be upon release, and they got like several reworks upon that. And I think that's just some of the things that they do. They'll go very conservative with these characters, and they're like, all right, they work in a fringe situation, and then when it's not sold, it's like, all right, we want to open it up. So I'm not sure if it's intentional that these characters are released bad and then they nerf it, and that's their design strategy, because they don't want things to be too powerful and they don't want to go back and make things weaker, or if they're just really bad at balancing the game. It could be a combination of both, but yeah, all Apocalypse, very, very good character now since his rework. All right, hey, Valley, I want to thank you for all your contributions to the community. You stay positive, which is hard in these times. It's getting a lot harder, brother. It's getting a lot harder, especially with these decisions Scopely made. They could have taken this one on the chin. I'm talking about this strike celebration event, saying, hey, this is a reward for all players, but they came in over the weekend to fix this past issue, and I guess that's what's most frustrating about it, because there's been many issues that they've not come in over the weekend to fix, right? And like Apocalypse, when he wasn't great, they didn't fix him right away. The Summer of Blunder, they went on a game jam, they went on vacation for a week instead of fixing this. But when it's something that is not equitable for players, like they say. They come in over the weekend and fix this. So very, very frustrating, but I'm trying to stay positive, my brother. I know there's occasionally some salt, but that's to be expected with some of the things that Scopely has done. Yeah, and unfortunately, this is one of these videos that I want to be salty, but I'm still trying to be positive, hoping that they can fix this situation and make it a better experience for the players, looking at things from a player's perspective. Currently running Tangled, Eternals for defense, and Cosmic Crucible. Came across this one week. I took out the other teams that I thought were crap, and I guess I gave it a shot. I pieced together a team, and I was surprised by a good success. Want to share with you this team. I want to show you that you don't need to make the newest team that they're going to make as the buy. It does require Apocalypse, so this option may not be available for everyone. So let's take a look at this, and I do like this team because yes, you're using a lot of strong characters. You're breaking up a lot of teams. You're using Kestrel here. You're using Dormammu here, which just on their own can be great characters. So no Secret Avengers. Dormammu can kind of make a lot of counters on his own. He countered Gammas if you're facing those as well. Doom is a great counter to a lot of teams. Apocalypse could go slot on a bunch of teams, and I don't know if people are using Weapon X, so this does break up a few teams, but it does keep a lot of teams together, like Tangled. If you want to play some on defense, this gives you the option to beat another Tangled if you're punching up on them. You're keeping your Darkhold together. You're keeping a lot of other teams together. Your Death Seed, you're keeping your Infinity Watch, your Wakandans, so your Gamma as well. So this is keeping a lot of teams together. So I do like this, but it does break up a lot of teams. So more options, guys. The more options, the better. Most of my options to beat the Tangled Web team have been mirror versions, either with or without Eternals, but has those two Tangled Web characters. So this is another option for you guys. And thank you, brother, for posting this. I may be using this if I'm switching to my defenses, but if you guys really want to keep Tangled on defense, I'm fine with putting on offense, but this is another option for you guys. So great stuff here. Thank you for posting this, my brother. Greetings from Utah. Hope all is well with you and yours. My question is, do you still think it's worth putting at 7th red star on Weaver now that Apocalypse has his rework kit to kind of kick her to a lower position in the arena meta? And yes, she is in a lower position in the arena meta. And for that, I would say it's not worth putting at 7-star on her right now. Now, I think it is still worth bringing up to 6-star, just for the fact that most players do have her at 7 gold stars. And previously, when she was in the arena meta, a lot of players, I know not everybody had the gold promo credits for it, but a lot of players that did have those gold promo credits did bring up to 7 stars. So just for that competition aspect and knowing that a lot of the Weavers that you see out there right now may be 7 stars, it may be worth it. But you're definitely right. She's not in that top tier arena meta now that Apocalypse is in there. So if you're looking at it for arena, then probably not. She's kind of out of the arena meta. If you're looking for other game modes like Crucible, you may want that 7-star on Tangled, especially if you're using Tangled on offense to counter a lot of Tangleds. You may want to use it. So those are some considerations. At this point, I probably would take her to 6, but not 7. But if you're someone that values Crucible a lot more than I do, or maybe War, or using Weaver and other game modes outside arena, and you may want to consider that. But I think 6-star is good at this point, at least for myself. ValleyFlyin, do you think Scopely will ever finish off these old teams, XFactor teams they just forgot about, and they're willing to finish off New Warriors and Secret Avengers? I would like to see them become a war team, but I would like to know your thoughts on why they don't finish old teams. Well, I think it's obvious. They don't think there's money in finishing those old teams. They thought they can make money by releasing Firestar and more New Warriors characters for Cosmic Crucible, so that's why they got a rework. That's why they were introduced to the game. When they feel that they can make some money off of XFactor, if they feel that, that's when I think they're going to get a rework and maybe more characters added. So I do like that they left it open, though. I do like that they're leaving, I think XFactor is what, a 4-piece team now. So having us be able to slot in another character for that 5th. They did that with the Eternals, although I think the Eternals, they released way too powerful. And like we talked about with the previous question, they don't really like to go back and nerf characters. So usually, the Eternals are an exception. Usually they release characters a little weaker than they thought and maybe give them a buff later. That's what they did with the Unlimited X-Men. But yeah, so with that said, when they could make money off the XFactor, they will release the full team. But I do like pieces of teams and being able to slot in fits and six or maybe not six, but being able to slot in other characters to make a full team. That's some theory crafting that I like. And I do think it's also fun to have these full piece teams that you just go smash teams, but I don't think it's necessarily bad that we have incomplete teams, or some of them. We have some options for them. Hey Valley, I want to know if it's possible. Could I show you my rosters to give me some tips about what I should do to focus my game in Arena and Cosmic Crucible? Doom and War aren't my priority right now. I'm a free-to-play player. I have 17 million on PC. In Arena, I'm in the top 50. That is good. I think you're doing pretty good in Arena if you're in the top 50. With my Darkhold, don't have Dormammu yet. All right, so that's probably why you don't have Dormammu. You're probably in an earlier Arena shard, and Darkhold is holding it for you. I don't have Dormammu yet on Cosmic Crucible. I use the recommended teams, but I'm losing more than I'm winning. I appreciate your help. So yeah, you can definitely post your roster if you want. I'll try my best to give you help. But just some general advice here. You're doing pretty good in Arena. You're in the top 50, and that's a decent Arena place. That's giving you 200 extra cores per day. And as far as Cosmic Crucible, I would just want to focus on more Cosmic Crucible teams. Obviously, Dormammu, getting that unlock is very, very important. He'll help you on multiple game modes. Very, very good in Arena and Cosmic Crucible, so 2 modes that is important for you. But just kind of a general idea. This is what I'm focusing on in my roster right now. Not saying this is the best place to focus on, but these are the characters that I've built up and have helped me. So Weaver, Red Hulk, Morgan Le Fay, obviously all of your Horseman characters, your Eternal characters, any characters that you need to unlock Apocalypse with, you should focus on building them and get that Apocalypse unlock. Omega Red is still sort of used in Cosmic Crucible nowadays. And so this is just kind of my roster where I'm going with some of the characters. Kang is very good in Arena and in Cosmic Crucible, so that's a character you can build, and you can really lean into that Masters of Evil team to start to build him. So that's it, guys. Hopefully this video helps you with planning out your roster, beating some teams in Cosmic Crucible, and hopefully it convinces Scopely to go back on their bad decision to put that limit on the raids instead of just making a big 5-year celebration, celebrating everything and rewarding their players for sticking around this long. But we will see what happens. Hopefully we got more good news rather than bad news coming up in some of these videos. But thank you for everyone that left a question. If you want to get your question potentially answered on one of these mailbag videos, make sure you are a member of the Discord. The link is down below. We may start adding in a roster review, but maybe 1 a week or something like that if do that, and hopefully that helps you guys as well. But that is it, guys. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. I will see you guys next time. If you haven't already checked me out on social media, check me out on social media. Check out some of the other videos on the channel. And if you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. Hulk fist bump, ValleyFlyin out.